have played, a lot of Hideo's games over the years, even before you met him. Is there a certain moment or, a game or a character or something that you think really speaks to why you respect Hideo so much creatively?
What I love is one moment that stands above any other is the moment where Psycho Mantis started reading my mind and I actually got scared. Which shows you that I'm a terrible wuss, but also it was a moment where he broke the barrier of the screen. It was so innovative. It was feeding off data of the console. It was so shocking for me. And the creature actually influenced me a lot in creating Cronin on Hellboy. So, it was a perfect moment. It crystallized my admiration for him. But ever since then, I think that Hideo has chosen a medium in which he works not only as a designer and director, but he also works as a filmmaker and a writer. He brings lyricism and literate ideas, complex character mythology. It's really a world that is so complete, and it's a world that you can recognize his voice the moment you're playing the game. So that was key for me. That moment freaked me out.
Yeah. Hideo, have there been any moments, or I'm sure there have been, in Guillermo's films that sort of speak to why you respect him so much as a director and a creator?
全部好きなんですけど、デルトロさんの映画は。
Well, I like all Guillermo's movies.
3つ選ぶ。
Not mimic. Come on.
デビルスバックボーンとパンスラビリンスとヘルボーイが特に好きなんですけどね。
I especially like Devil's Backbone, Pan's Labyrinth, and Hellboy.
毎回びっくりさせられるんですけど、一番びっくりしたのは、
And every time I'm surprised, but the one time that I was especially surprised
パンスラビリンスの
in Pan's Labyrinth.
もうこれはね、すごいです。
This was impressive.
キャラクターがいて、それでも十分おぞましいんですけど、これをすることで別のキャラクターになって、なおかつキュートだったっていうか。
This is a games conference, and one of the things, Guillermo, I think we're so honored to have you here to speak about, how Hollywood looks at the games industry as well. And there's this interesting, I always find interesting that a lot of, big-name film directors have such a respect for gaming. And J.J. Abrams has been here. We know Steven Spielberg, other folks play games. You certainly love and play games. When you look at the gaming medium, and certainly Hideo's work you're a fan of, but you're also a fan of a lot of video games, where do you see gaming sitting on sort of the artistic spectrum compared to the film industry today?
Well, I think we all belong in industries where it's a marriage of creation and financial. And in that, it's very restrictive. They are very similarly restrictive now, I think. There was a moment where it was the pirate seas, but it's no longer that. And the language becomes very uniform, where people are talking about posters or marketing on movies, and you're talking about box and concept on video games. And I really think it's a pity, but it's a marriage that happens in every big industry. And what happens is the storytellers look ahead to see what they can discover, and the money people look back, thinking, where are we going? I don't know. That's the safe route. So it's a tension there. But narratively, you have minimalistic games that are just gorgeous. You have very complex games that are very cinematic. But it's evolving so rapidly because, like audiovisual stories, the consumption is changing. The patience and the attention span and the immersion into the experience is changing according to the platforms. The same as movies. Now that you have portable, a lot of the more lucrative games can be shorter, less immersive, less ambitious in certain ways. But in others, like indie cinema, you have beautiful indie games that are subtle, that are poetic almost, So it's limitless. It's only limited by the bastards with the money. So, what you can do with the medium is amazing.
Yeah, what did you make of, I mean, what he went through last year? I mean, it was such a, I was with him in Japan, and I mean, there were times where, I mean, people I don't think realize the conditions under which Metal Gear Solid 5 was made. I mean, with him, in an isolated room from his team finishing this game, and it still is, up for Game of the Year and one of the most acclaimed games of last year. I mean, you've been through creative struggles, working on films and other things. But I mean, what was your take on that from an outsider's perspective?
Well, you never know. Sometimes hard experiences produce great work.
Yeah.
Sometimes hard experiences don't produce great work. But the only thing that we can do is go through the hardship. You cannot give up, Yeah. And you just hope that he stays the course. It gets really, really difficult at times. He talks about Pan's Labyrinth being a film that he loves. It was, other than Mimic, it was the toughest movie I've ever done. Really, everything that could go wrong kind of went wrong. And at the end of it, I was 100 pounds lighter, not anymore. And I was like sleeping 2-3 hours a day, not anymore. But it proved to be worth it.
Right.
So we all have these clashes.
One thing we should talk about, Guillermo, since we're here at a games conference, and over the years you have certainly toyed with the idea of making games. Remember back when you were working with
the idea toyed with me.
That's true. Well, you had Danny Bilson you're working with on Insane, I remember,
Yeah.
and then Hideo, and you obviously had PT or Silent Hills, which
God
everyone
damn it.
was very excited about happening. And you have sort of said, I think, previously that you're sort of done with games. Now you had so many heartbreaks.
Well, except with this man.
Exactly. All right.
I'll do whatever the fuck he wants.
Okay. Would you like him to do anything, Hideo?
Yeah. Yeah. No, look, I'm like the albatross. I go to THQ, they fucking break, they go broke. I go with Kojima, you know what happened. Next game we're gonna do, his fucking teeth are gonna fall out. We do something together. He's gonna be urinating and he's gonna hear something drop in the toilet. I don't know. I mean, I'll do it, but when I'm 52 and many pounds over, and the only thing I'm interested in are things that motivate me. I don't care about what the monetary or fame or result are. It's just having fun.
Yeah.
And with this guy, I always have fun. So whatever he says, I'll do. Other than that, screw that. Because I'll go into the building and it'll explode. Something terrible.
So Hideo, would you want to work with Guillermo again on something?
それはもちろんですよ。
Of course, I'd love to.
もうすごく減量できるような辛いゲーム作りを一緒にゲーム作りと映画が分かりませんけど、何でもいいですから。
He said yes.
一緒にやりたい。
I don't